Dell is the Dance Education Laboratory at the 92nd Street Y in New York City. It's a program that brings dance to children and provides classes and workshops for dance educators to understand more about the process of teaching dance in the public school system.
After watching P.S. Dance, which is a movie that Dell made, just to see how dance for every child doesn't necessarily mean like what I used to think dance meant, but just having dance education in the public schools to help with the development of a child as a person.
I feel like for me, I used to think dance education was about going to technique class and learning from teachers these specific things, but the type of dance education that we're learning about is the collaborative process where everyone's voices are valued and they want to be heard, and we all learn from each other and we're all here to create something together.
There's a lot of little things that you don't necessarily think about before you've become a teacher or before you've had a lot of experience teaching that you get exposed to at Dell, so you have this like strong foundation.
Also an opportunity to experience New York and live here for a solid amount of time and really immerse yourself in the dance community that is around this area.
I don't know why I wasn't sure if I was gonna like New York. I think just because it's a lot, but I really love it here because there's so many different types of people here and so many different things to do.
I am from New York. I will say after living in Santa Barbara and being able to come back in this way, coming to Dell, I have a bigger appreciation for the culture and diversity here in the city, and it allows me to go into different parts of myself and to be able to share that through my work.
There's just also so much going on throughout the city. I mean, every day that we've been here, we've gone to see dance in some form, it seems like.
There's a huge range of classes of all different cultures around here. If you really put your mind to it, you can, and have the money for it, you can take up to 2 classes after Dell each day.
And the scholarship that we're given really allows us to do that. I think that's part of the scholarship, is to just enrich yourself with all the opportunities that there are here.
We have the wonderful, generous support of Jody Arnhold to help us get our students to attend Dell. And it's such a really different thing than we normally teach at the university. It's kind of like an annex to our education. So we offer what we offer at the university, and this is another part of dance education that's not really present in our program. So the first week at Dell involved an introduction to what Dell is.
From Dell Essentials, I've already just like solidified my belief that like creation in this way is like so important, and that's really what it's about.
Giving teachers new tools to, explore within their classrooms, or even teaching artists or dancers, performers, choreographic tools.
And then in the second week, we're focusing on early childhood education.
A lot of students teach younger kids through Everybody Dance Now. It's an organization that's local to Santa Barbara, and it's around the country as well. And for those of us working with EDN, these tools are super useful as we have a week for early childhood development.
The next week, third week, we're doing Planet Dance, which I'm assuming is world dance and culture and how you can bring those ideas into the classroom.
I will say the week that challenged me the most would be the multicultural week.
There were things that I wasn't sure about, and I had a lot of questions about how to teach multicultural dance, or if you can even teach multicultural dance.
I learned a lot about ways to engage, about speaking or even teaching cultural dances, and being able to learn or take in new perspectives of how to approach that delicate subject.
It kind of helped me to remember you have to just open your eyes and be really open to everybody's experience around you. And even if the structure isn't perfect, if you're open, you still get a lot of information.
And in the last week, we'll focus on the Lab-on movement analysis.
I really appreciated the Lab-on movement analysis and language of dance week because they taught us specific tools and symbols and ways and directions of moving that are useful for any dancer or choreographer.
This is also a good
tool that I can use if I ever do teach, but also in my own choreographic practice or my own collaborative practice with people and movers in general, and it applies to all forms of movement as well as just dance.
I am very passionate about cultivating community through dance and also through teaching and creating dance. Those are some of the things that lights the fire in my heart.
I remembered how much I actually like teaching and how interesting it is and how exciting it is to be around people who also like teaching and who think that that's a really valid, important thing to do. For me, it's been a rediscovery of this whole other path that I could be following really passionately and get a whole lot out of.
I don't see myself teaching immediately or for a while in my life, but I know no matter what company you're in or where you're performing, you're gonna be teaching someone something. You're gonna have to be working with other dancers and people, and the different tools learned at Dell I know I'm going to use, and I can sound more professional now.
I have taught a little bit before, but it was never really a path that I saw myself going directly towards. But as I continue with my dance education, I kind of see less of a linear path, and it's more just what experiences can I soak up while I have the opportunity to better myself, not only as a dancer, performer, choreographer, but as a human and as a teacher.
Dell has given me a lot to think about in relation to children and different models of how to work with children, and I think it'll be interesting to take that model and apply it to a different age group. Dell has provided me with this flexible framework that I'm able to take it as an individual and transform it to my own interests, and I think that is also a key part of the process of Dell.
The biggest thing I'm taking away is that dance is a very powerful tool.
There are tons of different ways to be involved in dance. There's tons of different ways to be a dancer. Also, just being in the city shows that.
Dell acknowledges everyone's interests, and they're constantly searching for more collaboration and more understanding, and I think that as the program grows and continues to develop, they'll be able to keep grabbing from all these different parts of the dance world.
My experience at Dell has been a really great one, and being in New York has been great, and being able to attend with such a diverse group of participants. I am taking away the power of dance and that there are various paths. Being able to have my view of dance opened will allow me to be able to have longevity in this career and to always meet my passion with an open heart. I'm definitely leaving with a different view of how I wish to share and be with dance. So for that, I'm thankful.
I love New York.